I tend to only give her a few seconds or so to sniff bushes and other random things. Should I be giving her more time? She stops to sniff literally every 5 seconds, so I tend to try and rush her. Comment number 1. Yes, if time isn't an issue, let your dog sniff as much as they want. It helps provide mental stimulation and reduces stress. Comment number 2. I think a dog's life is too short not to stop and sniff. Just keep an eye out on what they're sniffing. I also say this because my dog is old and doesn't have any other particular interest in anything like playing or enrichment toys. I'll let her enjoy the little things she can. Comment number 3. I saw on TikTok that dogs smelling things is their version of scrolling social media, and now I allow more time for my pup to get the tea every day, lol. Comment number 4. My dog would spend an insane amount of time sniffing everything if I let her. I got some great advice from Redditors that I always try to pass on when I see these posts. I was getting really frustrated on our walks because we were barely walking. My dog would stop every 10 feet or so because something caught her nose, but I wanted to keep us moving. I saw elsewhere on here that someone posted sniffing if a great mental workout, and it is. 30 minutes of sniffing will tire a dog out more than just a 30-minute walk. However, I've found that I need a balance between keeping her moving and letting her sniff. It sounds like you're looking for that, too, since you said you try to rush her. Here's what I do. The morning walk is our moving walk, and it's a longer one, usually about 2 miles, and we live in a really hilly area, so the pace, distance, and hills just wreck my dog by the time we're done, so she eats breakfast, plays a little, then sleeps for hours and I can work. Our afternoon and or evening walks, weather and other stuff dependent, tend to be a combo of sniffing time and moving. Several times a week, I make that second walk a sniffari, shamelessly stole that from someone else, where she gets to decide what direction to go in and just follow her nose. I don't want to drag my dog down the street as I try to keep her moving. Even on the moving morning walks, she's spending a lot of time trying to stop to sniff. This is where the training comes in. You want to train 2 things at the same time, a countdown and a command to move, something like, let's walk or let's go. When your dog stops to sniff, start with a countdown from 10, aloud so your dog can hear you, and have a treat ready. When you hit 5 or 4, start tugging the leash a bit. When you get to 2 and 1, tug a little harder, and at 0, use the treat to get your dog moving. As you're giving the treat, so the countdown is done, say your command in a super happy, excited voice. Be consistent and do this every single time your dog stops to sniff. Depending on how quickly your dog picks up training, you'll start seeing results in about a week or 2. I've been doing this so long with my little sniff monster, you'd think she was part bloodhound the way she follows her nose, that I can do a countdown from 3 if she's really into a scent and I want to move, or just give her the come on, let's walk command with a gentle leash tug and she'll start moving. If I see her veering into the grass or bushes and I want to keep moving, I'll tighten the leash and tell her, come on, let's walk or let's keep walking, and that usually interrupts her enough to keep her moving. Sorry for the novella here, but I wanted to explain some training that's been hugely helpful for my girl and really makes our walks enjoyable because we can keep moving when I want to and she can have her sniffs, too. Comment number 5. Are you walking for exercise or enrichment? Ideally, a good walk should be both. Exercise where you move along at a brisk pace to get from A to B, as well as enrichment that allows your dog to stop and smell the roses. Figuratively speaking, but also literally, because sniffing is how dogs explore their environment. It's relaxing and releases stress and allows them to do what comes naturally. It's very normal for a dog to want to spend a lot of time sniffing on walks, and it should absolutely be allowed and encouraged rather than just rushing her along. Comment number 6. I let my dog sniff everything. We probably make it down the street and back and it takes us nearly an hour. But he is knocked out when we get home, so it's a win-win. You should ask yourself if the walk is for you or for them. Are you walking them because they need exercise, lose weight, etc., or to provide enrichment, make them tired? Comment number 7. I tend to alternate. We have our physical fitness walk, which are a brisk 2 miles in about 30 minutes, just focused on the route. Then we do the mental fitness walks, which are the same route, but she gets to sniff everything, stop and explore as much as she likes, etc. Same distance, takes an hour or so. I haven't noticed a real difference in how tired she is, but she seems to enjoy both. She's only 6 months old and sleeps like 20 hours a day anyway. Comment number 8. I believe letting dogs sniff whatever they want, as long as it's safe, for however long they want, is extremely beneficial. It's how they get information on their environment. Just like how we scroll through social media all the time, or watching the news. And for many dogs, it's more tiring than just walking. I don't even care about how far we walk, just how long the walk is. If he wants to sniff instead of walking, that's fine with me. Comment number 9. Honestly, vast majority of my walks right now is my dog sniffing along the ground as we walk, often stops him from pulling as much and he loves it. Every now and again he'll get stuck on scent and want to linger, and if I have time I let him. Usually towards the end of the walk I'll have him practice a little more non-sniffing walk and try and get him to heel. I have more success at the end because he's gotten tired from all the sniffing lol. Comment number 10. Morning walks for us are meant to be a quick pee/poo, and lap around the block. No time for sniff stops. Afternoon walk is led by the dog. We go the direction she wants, stop to sniff to her heart's content, and sometimes don't even make it a full lap around the block in 40 minutes. Who knows what's going on with those smells, but some days they are very interesting. Comment number 11. I read somewhere that 20 minutes of sniffing is equivalent to an hour of walking. Us humans, we're very visual. Both going for a run or watching a movie is equally exciting. But dogs are not, they are very smell-sual, not a real word, but you know what I mean. They download the most information through smell. So combination of sniffing and physical exercise is ideal. I have 2 dogs and they both love to stop and smell everything. I just let them. Once the dog gets a good sniff in, he or she is ready to move on. You don't always need to pull their leash.